Introducing BizNet Software Content Architect. Welcome to the first in a short series of tutorials on BizNet Software Content Architect. This session introduces Content Architect by focusing on its core capabilities, including the creation of custom content functions that directly connect to your ERP system or SQL Server data source. You'll also gain an understanding of the Microsoft Excel-based Content Architect interface. So why do you need Content Architect? Business people work in Excel and they need answers, preferably in Microsoft Excel. But getting those answers sometimes seems like they have to capture an entire database, when all they really need is just one little slice of information from just a few cross-sections of all that data, such as what is the dollar value of gloves sold in the Northeast Territory in 2012. But instead of starting with a database extract, then filtering by year, dollar value, product subcategory, territory, pulling only those transactions relating to gloves in the Northeast, and then cutting and pasting it into Excel, instead of that, wouldn't it be easier to filter those columns in Excel and derive the sum of $2,100.46? And wouldn't it be easier still to simply drag and drop a real-time analysis set report of transactions for a given time frame? Or better yet, just drag in a specific Excel function, fill out the necessary fields, and get the exact answer. That's what ERP-specific content does for more than 25 different systems in the BizNet Excel suite. And the BizNet Software Content Architect allows you to expand the reach of existing content packs or create entirely new reporting applications from your ERP or SQL data. The ribbon interface provides one-click access for connecting to data, launching SQL Server Management Studio, and incrementally deploying your work to a test environment. You can create datasets, metadata, or functions individually, or create all the content in a single operation. Of course, you'll probably want to check for errors along the way, but you'll see how the deploy to test capabilities can validate your work step by step. The Content Packager assembles all of the final output for installation. Application Settings establishes the folder location for the content files and the methods employed to create functions and datasets. And to help ensure against mistakes, a number of error checks are built in, as in this example, that the content pack name cannot include spaces. New content templates are created in a blank Excel workbook and can be configured for one or many functions. Creating a new template auto-populates for worksheets. A completed example is packaged with the Content Architect SDK. We'll use the example throughout this series of tutorials to configure, test, and ultimately build a new content pack. Let's step through each of the worksheets in order. General info, which includes the project name, description, version, and the template legend. The project name is the same as the DLLs to be created. The Datasets worksheet is used to establish core connectivity, the server and database names, authentication method, user ID and password, and the name of the SQL Reporting Services data source to be created. This is also where you'll name the dataset, establish the required input parameters for the associated report, and embed the SQL query. Metadata illustrates the node ordering of the BizNet Software Explorer interface. Level 1 defaults to Biz Insight, with Level 2 reserved for the project name. Functions and analysis sets follow, up to a maximum of 9 levels deep. Finally, the Functions worksheet defines the node order for functions and either pivot tables or analysis sets or both. Here is where you will outline the fields displayed within the function, those that are required, the function operator, return column, and return type. Content Architect automatically creates the required code. Now for a quick summary. In this tutorial, you got a brief introduction to the BizNet Software Content Architect interface and learned the basics of how it can be used to connect to ERP or SQL Server data, create custom content functions, datasets, and metadata, and use existing SQL queries or create new queries.